go? Like dogs. Why an oldie? It wasn't from a Craigslist.
I know, I'm just being funny.
Well, go as far as you think you need to go, because this is a part of y'all story, and that's what YouTube is, an opportunity to share.
Are you recording now?
Of course, camera's always rolling.
He always gets you.
Wait, so I mean, I wanted you to talk about animals and dogs and why you like dogs.
Well, both of y'all do. Look,
is there a backstory?
Why dogs are not kangaroos? Tell them that. Why you ain't got a zebra out here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be her case. Zebra. Hey, I ordered a zebra today. For what?
We did look into getting a tiger though. And then we found out that the girls are super aggressive, but the boys pee a lot and it starts to smell really bad.
Yeah, well, we know the girl tigers are excessively aggressive. You seen the Tiger King?
Yeah. So the dog, they're barking at him. I got in the dogs, I don't know, I guess you could say purely by my mom she loves dogs, she loves animals. My mom's not scared of any animal I've ever had. And I guess it was just instilled in me as a young person. And then I just bought a dog one day as a young person, thinking it was just gonna be my family pet. And I just got bit by the bug of creativity. I tried to do American Bullies in the beginning. They weren't called American Bullies back then. The ABKC wasn't around. I had some of the same foundation stock though. And pretty much I wanted the biggest, bulkiest dogs I could get out of it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let me go try and mix it with a bulldog. I'm being honest, you know what I mean? And I said to myself, man, I can't be lying to people, you know what I mean? Let me find a breed that I can mix openly.
So then go back real quick then and talk about that, because I think people don't understand that when you say lion, a lot of these old breeds per se, they have, I won't say restrictions, but a community that gets vicious.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, the people, just for an example, you know, there's breeds of dogs that are new now, and the breeds that were used to create them breeds, the original breeds, are upset. You know what I mean? They're disappointed or upset. But it doesn't make sense to me. It's like you didn't want them.
Yeah.
So they created their own lane. Now you're talking about their lane.
Was one of the breeds?
I don't know. I mean, I do know dogs.
You mean like a Labradoodle? Where
yeah, Labradoodles.
And the poodle people are
they hate them, but yet now they are one of the top selling breeds in the world. Now they talk about them. They have their own registry. They have their own everything.
Well, the AKC wouldn't recognize the doodle. They've been around since the 50s.
But
the poodle and the Labrador Club probably will have a problem with it.
Yeah, they can vote against it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, people, like, for me, it's they made their own lane. Just let them have their lane. You know what I mean? Like,
so you started, you got a dog, got bit by the bug, had a time just enjoying the process, if you would.
Yeah, I just like the process.
What about cleaning up shit do you like the most?
I don't.
Because that's the part that people don't understand.
I don't like it, but I just know it's a side effect to it. You know what I mean? I like money, but who likes to work?
Yeah, who you telling?
So, I mean, it's a side effect. To make money, you got to work. Yeah. To have nice things, you got to provide. You know what I mean? It don't fall off trees. I ain't got no trust fund. I can promise you that. Shit, my mama about to live with me.
Yeah, so the bulldog, though, you know, it's a breed that also has been associated with health and all this stuff. So what about it do you enjoy in dealing with that too?
That's one of the things that it's, I'm not going to say taboo, but it's just one of those things that's an uphill battle constantly. And for making the style of dogs that I prefer, I know that it's going to come with backlashes. I know it's going to come with hurdles. And those hurdles are my movement isn't going to be the same as a dog that's, 18 inches tall and 70 pounds, where I want an 18-inch tall dog that's 95 pounds. They're not going to move the same.
They're not going to last as long.
They're not going to last as long. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have people crucify me because it's like, oh, you're supposed to make a healthy dog. I get it. I do. I try to make it as healthy as I can with the style that I prefer, but why do they still breed Great Danes?
Yeah.
Great Danes, 7 years is their life expectancy.
Yeah, 9 if you bless.
Yeah, the larger the animal, the faster it dies. Yep. The smaller the animal, my wife had her dad had a Chihuahua. I want to tell you that Carlos was like 22 years old, bro.
Mm-hmm. Just wouldn't die.
Bro, wouldn't die. He bought the house. It came with the house.
The dog did.
Yeah.
The dog came with the house, talking about because he was blind. So they was like, he just knows this house only. So that was part of the, literally in the writing, you have to take the dog with the house. And the dog lived like, what, 6 more years?
Yeah.
So the bulldog to you is special because of what you can do to work through it?
Yes.
Okay.
I just like the ability to be able to fix things.
Yeah. And outside of you guys would say getting married and both doing bulldog things, what's kept you guys motivated to keep bulldogging per se?
For me, my pursuit is perfection.
Yeah.
And I used to have a very consistent look. Everything looked like mother, son, mother, daughter. But I only had 4 or 5 dogs when I was on active duty. So it's easier when you have that small of a practice. When you have 25 dogs, it's not as easy. And you know you need to fix certain things, so you got to get it from different breeds. It's not the same. But you know, the one thing I'll tell people, and a lot of people, they're probably going to crucify me for what I'm about to say. And the reality is, the more you do this, the better you get. So having 1 litter a year, your proficiency, just like using your camera.
Oh, yeah.
If you only took it out once a year, your proficiency wouldn't be that great. But if you took it out 1 hour a day, and used it for 365 days.
The saying is very simple. Repetition is the mother of all skills. You don't get good, or you don't become Tom Brady throwing a touchdown every now and then, or under duress, or get, do you ever take a punch in boxing? I mean, you go down the line.
Yeah.
Repetition. So, in your case, what got you on the bulldogs? And why bulldogs? I mean, like, what for?
I always had pets, dogs, a lot of rescues. I grew up with some golden retrievers. I love those dogs. They're a beautiful dog. I just wanted something cooler. I think I remember when I was little, I was always trying to make my dogs like bigger or badass, and they're golden retrievers, and poorly bred ones too. But I just wanted something cool, so I did some rescuing, and I just, that was disappointing. Like, it's just never a great feeling. I guess I would try to adopt dogs to find them homes, and I would get denied a lot because I didn't own a home. I was young or whatever. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own thing. So I got on Craigslist because I didn't know where to find dogs, and I wanted a bully breed, but not a pit bull, because I didn't want people to be scared of the dog. Bullies with their ears done, I know people are just like, ooh, I don't want to touch your dog. Does your dog bite? And I didn't want any of that, associated with whatever I was going to be having, raising, showing, or whatever. So got on Craigslist. I found a cool looking dog. She was like chocolate and white, and a puppy. She was like 4 months old, and she was an oldie. I'd never heard of him before. So met that dude at a park, got the dog for $700, and then I got hooked. Like, what is this? It's like an athletic bulldog. I was always obsessed with the English bulldog. Never had like $2,000-$3,000 to buy a dog. So I was just excited. Got on everybody's website. Spent literally 23 hours a day just on websites, never sleeping, like not going out, just trying to learn and see. And I've always been, loved dogs, so I was always watching them, and I think I was always trying to figure out what breeds, especially with the mixed breeds. So I think I was kind of learning the entire time about type, but I really didn't know, what I was looking at. But I was always like, oh, well, that tail sits like this, those ears are doing that, the body's this, it moves this way. It looks like it might be like a Shar-Pei Rottweiler mix, so I was always kind of looking at these characteristics. And I think eventually it helped me with the bulldogs and recognizing maybe a nice dog or a puppy. So, what?
Nothing.
What?
I can't even wear my hat on my hood because your son, he ripped my damn hoodie.
So, just always been obsessed with dogs, and now oldies. And you asked what keeps us wanting to do better. I just love having puppies. I feel, that my dogs, I'm not going to say better than other people's dogs. I'm just saying they're better for me. So they might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I'm very excited about them. And especially when you mix them together and finding that magical puppy in the litter, and then boasting about it, promoting it, show it off, have pride in your program. there's a competitive nature among breeders. You know, you just always can't wait to pop out with that litter or that breeding or that picture or video. You know, and everybody is the same way with it. So, you know, if someone's posting a nice dog, you're like, oh man, I gotta produce something. I gotta come out with something. You know, it's like a hunger and a drive, and that's where Facebook brings it in, because that's where
I wouldn't know nothing about that. I tell people all the time, I don't like breeders. I have no interest in being their friend. I don't care what nobody's doing. We gotta
It's
stick.
not about being their friend.
Yeah, but what do you?
Steel
it's not even about being their enemy.
But are you?
Steel
but here's
shapes
the
sharpen
thing.
steel, though.
You can't sharpen steel unless you're working with people. There's a reason why Apple owns a little bit of Adobe and why Microsoft owns a little bit of Apple. We sharpen because we sit at the same table with the same intent. The arguing that money people do, that ain't how you sharpen each other. I know you don't argue.
Yeah, I don't argue.
And you know I don't argue.
So, like, for me, I like to
Y'all
be...
know I don't argue.
What?
Barely. I mean, I got better
So, for
at
me, I like to be in company of some of the greats.
Yeah.
And so...
Well, you're in that company, so you're good.
Yeah, I mean, even in my own space, in my own breed, I'm friends with the tops.
Yeah.
And I sit down at tables, I have dinner with them, I have conversations with them, and we work together, we communicate so where we bounce ideas against each other, and I like that. You know what I mean? The competitiveness comes into where within myself. It has nothing to do with other people.
Yeah.
I want to be better. All right, I like this dog. Can I make more of them?
Yeah, consistency is key.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. And now I'll tell you the one thing that I did forget to say. Now that I've been doing it so long, I just look at random dogs and I try to pick out their breeds.
Yeah.
Because I mix. I look at a dog and I be like, that's a Rottweiler, German Shepherd mix or something. You know what I mean? It just makes me, knowing that I can pick because of traits,
Yeah.
it means the world to me. I know that's stupid to most people, but
I don't know. It's like a guessing game. You go out there and, somebody's got a Neapolitan Mastiff. They're like, oh, how did you know that? I was like, I like dogs, man. I've got this. I tell everybody, say, what book should I get? That's a question I get all the time. Get you a dog encyclopedia first. Do that. Before you get any other book, just get a dog encyclopedia, read about as many dogs, but learn as you can. Learn about dogs.
there's dogs I don't know nothing about. She keeps talking about an Otterhound. I didn't even know what the fucking Otterhound
Yeah,
was.
they're nice dogs. They're nice. I like hounds. I was telling them, I'll be like Thanos. I want all dogs that can do a little bit of everything and bring them all to the crib so we can have a good time.
I don't know if you would like an Otterhound.
I don't know. I want the
As soon
bloodhound.
as they put their head down, they can't hear.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
that's
no.
just like a bloodhound.
Yeah, I know the bloodhound kicks up the scent with his ears, all that stuff. But you want that? I need a dog on that mission because we going hunting for sure. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
Well, and anywho, look, this is why they bulldog per se. It allows them freedom, aka the ability to create and not be, I guess, highly judged, if you would.
Yeah,
And
you're always going to be judged for breeding instead of shop, don't adopt or whatever.
well, how is you supposed to shop if nobody's selling? If nobody's selling,
It's
Say
not like
adopt, don't shop.
I have really good relationships with veterinarians, and you know that for a
oh
fact.
yeah.
Even though I live here in Virginia, I still have a very open connection with my Texas vets. I talk to them, I text them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm in cahoots with them, like I am literally connected at the hip with them still. And I don't take this lightly, and if I make a mistake, I own up to it. Hey, I'm sorry, that didn't work out. I'll replace it whenever you need me to do. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I am, I try to make it right because I understand that's hard-earned money.
Hey, I tell people all the time, we're definitely not trying to create problems, we're trying to solve them. But good business is good business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And clearly you guys do good business. So people, if you're looking for bulldogs, you want bulldog education, I'm working with them long term. And I be very clear, I said out loud, I'm not helping nobody else. They're business partners of mine. So that's why you got to help them. I need them to be just as successful as we all want to be. And we not wannabes because we do the work. So for the most part, for now, you got questions about bulldog, message her because she'll reply. What's your IG?
Empress Bulldogger.
Okay, and where else can they meet you or find you?
TikTok, Bulldog Empress or something like that.
Is your
Bulldogger.
messages on TikTok though?
I don't know.
So that's the thing. See, you got to turn them on TikTok because they don't want people talking to kids.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Trust me, that's a whole nother. So objectively, I tell everybody to message me on Instagram. It's got some of the best messaging options, voice memo, Facebook. Clearly, you guys have a Facebook page as well.
Yep.
So they're Facebookers as well. So message them there. And what's your name on Facebook?
Gina, me, or I'm Bulldogs.
Whichever page you go.
Lifestyle. He's bulky built, but
He ain't gonna reply.
he ain't gonna answer. Yeah.
So don't bet on it. But at any who people, stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. Like, subscribe, and share.
Thanks.